Dark screen. Section 5.7, day 3. The saga continues. Write a polynomial function standard form of the given zeros. So f of x is equal to x plus 3, x minus 1, x minus 2. Now remember, those are zeros, so you got to write the factors that would be 0 if we plug those numbers in. That's why we do the opposite sign. Let's FOIL 2 of them. You can pick any 2 you want. Let's bring the x plus 3 down with it. And when we FOIL, we get x squared minus 3x plus 2. Because you have minus 2x, minus 1x, that's minus 3x. Now we have to distribute the x through, which will be x to the third minus 3x squared plus 2x. Now, a couple of you were distributing the 3 now through the new one. Don't distribute the 3 through here. You distribute the 3 through the exact same one you just distributed the x through. So we have plus 3x squared minus 9x plus 6 when we distribute that 3 through the same thing, not the new one. And now to end it out, we collect like terms. So x to the third, interestingly enough, that goes to 0 minus 7x plus 6. So don't write 0x squared, just eliminate it altogether. Questions on that? If you have 0 here, what do we write where 0 makes it 0? Just x. Don't write x minus 0 or x plus 0, it's just x. All right, now to this one. You're not given a 0, you're actually given a factor, but we can get the 0 from that. The 0 is actually 1. And if you get an x to the third, all you need is 1, and you can get it to an x squared. We want to get everything to an x squared. 1, negative 1, 4, negative 4. 1, 1, 0, 0, 4, 4, boom, 0. We wanted that to be 0. We're left with x squared plus 4, and we want that to be 0. There's the x squared, that's the x, that's the constant. We minus 4, square root both sides on this, so x is plus or minus 2i. We know what the square root of 4 is, it's 2, but since it's negative, that makes that number imaginary. Find all zeros with the help of a graphing calculator. Where's the, oh, it's already open. Cool. That graph, there we go, got it. Y equals, clear that out. X to the third, and you got to arrow over to get out of that power. Minus 6x, there's a squared button off to the left. They do provide you a square button. Plus 10x, no, not squared. Oh good, it didn't register anyway. And then minus 4. Zoom number 6 gives you the standard window, the negative 10 to 10s. Oh, and we might want to zoom in on this one. So zoom in, that's number 2. So zoom is right in the middle of the calculator on the top. If you go to number 2, just press enter, it puts it at 0, 0. Maybe you can find some nice ones. Oh, right at 2 it looks like. Looks like 2 works. So let's try 2. And that's a possibility, because the possibilities are 1, 2, and 4. Now, if you go back to the one in the homework, number 4 in the homework, I think like negative 5 and 2 look like maybe a possibility, but those aren't factors of 9. So that should have eliminated those as possibilities. 1, negative 6, 10, negative 4. 1, 2, negative 4. That's going to be negative 8. That's 2. That's 4. 0. All right, so 2 did work. It does cross right at 2. X squared minus 4x plus 2 is what we have left. I don't think there's any factors of 2 that add to 4, so we're looking at quadratic formula. So the other 2 are 4 plus or minus the square root of 16 minus 4 times 1 times 2 all over 2 times 1. There's your quadratic formula. 16 minus 8 is 8, so it will be real. 2, 16 minus 8. That is 4 plus or minus 2 square root of 2 over 2. 8 is 4 times 2. Square root of 4 is 2. So square root of 4 comes out. That's on the outside. That's the outside 2. There's a 2 left on the inside. And finally, all of these are divisible by 2. So 2 plus, a lot of 2's. 2 plus or minus square root of 2. And then, of course, we have x equals 2 as an answer. Any questions on that? Find all zeros with the help of a calculator. All right, y equals. We have x to the 4th. Arrow out of there. Minus 2x to the 3rd. Arrow out of there. Minus 2x squared plus 6x minus 3. Now remember, we zoomed in on the last one. If you did that as well, you're zoomed in. Now to get back to the negative 10 to 10s, you just go zoom. Number 6 says standard. It says Z standard. Standard for some reason are 10s. This doesn't look real nice. Looks like it just misses negative 2, but there's something going on right there. So we're going to go zoom, and number 2 zooms in. Actually, let me show you another one that I like actually better. Watch this. The very first one is the zoom box. I love zoom box because I can have a little bit more control. So now, if I just kind of arrow somewhere over there, that's one corner of the box. I press enter. And then if you arrow down, you create this rectangle. And you can control where you want to zoom in, and then you do the other corner. And it could be those corners, or it could be the other 2 corners. It doesn't matter. So now with zoom box, I can zoom exactly where I want it to go. With just zoom in, you don't quite have as much control. What's it doing at 1? What do I call it? It's bouncing, isn't it? It bounced. So what do you know about 1? It works at least twice. It could work 4 times, but it works an even amount of times. So 2, 4, 6. So there's only 4, so I'm guessing it works twice. So let's plug 1 in. 1, negative 2, negative 2, 6, negative 3. 1, 1, negative 1, negative 1, negative 3, negative 3, that's 3, that's 3, 0. It works again. And some people just do this. They just put the 1 right there rather than writing the numbers again. I'm okay with that. Bring the 1 down. 1, that's 0. 0, negative 3, negative 3. Look at that, it worked twice. And we knew that because it bounces off the x-axis. It doesn't cut through when it's graphed. So this counts twice. So we have x minus 3 equals 0. We're going to add the 3 over. So x equals plus or minus the square root of 3. Now it's not an I. It's not imaginary. It's real. And then x equals 1. And we say multiplicity of 2. So in other words, it counted twice. There's your 4 answers. Because if it's an x to the 4th, we need 4 answers. Ta-da!